See terms at discover.com.
Pride, passion, going backwards financially. I've been through it. People look at skateboarding like there's a pot of gold, but it's not really how it is. There's people that have grown up as skateboarders that want to keep the foundation intact. It's been made a sport, but that doesn't mean that the grassroots part of it has to die. Jason Carney, we're at Slappy's Garage in Linda Vista, California. I was born in New Jersey. Moved out here when I was 9. Got a skateboard from the pharmacy and then was hooked. South Bay Surf and Skate. That was in Chula Vista. That was my first sponsor. And then Awesome Sports. That was the shop. There was Pacific Drive down by the beach, and Awesome Sports was out east. And both of them served a great purpose and took care of a lot of people, brought a lot of people up in San Diego. I skated for a company called Naked Boards out of Colorado. Naked Boards for a couple of years. Shit, Stedham, Steve Stedham. Yeah, that was a rough one. Made you bring back your board, show you it was broken or worn out or whatever, and then 8th Street. Skating for 8th Street was the best. Mike Trinaski, when Mike was running it, it was great. Dave Andrecht, both those guys helped me out quite a bit. Everybody on 8th Street, that was like the upper echelon. I was just a grunt, you know. Matt Hensley, obviously, or Steve Ortega, Donger, John Reeves, all those guys before they went over to Life. 8th Street had everybody. Well, I was just a working class skateboarder. It's fun to be watching all these people that they're just so talented, and just even to get a taste of it was nice. 8th Street, and then small company called One More Skate Company, same thing out of Colorado, then Planet Earth, then Maple. Maple was killing it. I just dealing with injuries. I watched skateboarding catch up and pass me by, you know what I mean? People were going bigger, flipping bigger shit. It's just how it works. Once I was done with the pro board, I had more fun skateboarding than I did the entire time. Because in the 90s, it was kind of cutthroat. There wasn't a lot to go around for people, you know? So I just went back to work, and once I was working and getting a steady check, it's like, wow, man, I'm making more money doing this. My body feels better. Skateboarding, I'm excited about. So yeah, skateboarding just got too advanced for me, I guess. You know, and for me, I never thought I'd want to be in the industry after 15, 20 years. Shop first started in Ramona in 2011. There was a need for a skate shop in Ramona. A lot of kids skate. Seemed like all of them were going to mall shops. Don't need a mall shop in Southern California. Money doesn't filter back into skateboarding for the most part. It's like there's no passion behind it. It's just people see that skateboarding could be a lucrative industry, and you know, it keeps the little guys down. Ramona was a nice setup, but it was just, we dove into a shallow pool as far as clientele. So I was just going backwards financially. Almost called it quits just because it didn't make any sense. I got skateboarding, which I love, which was a detriment to my health. You know, I was physically ill just because I'm like, man, I gotta borrow money from my mom, you know, to pay my bills. So Bobby down at Tribal offered a spot in downtown, took that, and then got some traction. Yeah, when downtown started, it was rough as far as being able to pay somebody to be there. That wasn't an option. I was 7 days a week for years. And I would get up in the morning, and I would drive to San Marcos and get like 10 blanks, and then I would stencil them, sell them. I would run a full fucking day, and then I'd go and we'd drink all day, and then I'd go home, and then I would get up and I would have to do it all over again. But that's how I solidified everything. It was like not a bunch of money ever. You know, for the first few years, it was tough. Linda Vista was about half the size that it is now when I got the spot, and then the people that I was subletting from moved out, and then I had to take a bigger space than I was comfortable with. All of a sudden, I'm the janitor, I'm the landlord, I got other people subletting in the back. Yeah, we opened the Linda Vista shop solely because of that park. It took a little while to hit. We had a little sign that we would go stick there with an arrow, saying skate shop that way. Taking on the building was scary, but it was a good move. I mean, we used to get 8 boards. I had one of the guys that worked for me order boards one time, and he ordered 20 boards. It was funny because it's like, dude, what are you thinking? Like 20 boards seemed like an impossible number of boards to pay for and to be able to get at one time. And later on, we're ordering 20, 30, sometimes 50. Still a work in progress. I got those board racks out front that I'm building to remodel downtown, you know, so never ends. I always try to figure out what you can do to create more space and generate revenue. I only hire people that are about it. But we got Ed, Danny, Tone, and Brendan. Brendan's a pro skateboarder. Tone, substitute teacher. Ed and Danny both film. I don't know, it's just the freedom of everything. For Ed, Ed's supposed to be out filming. Danny's supposed to be out filming. That's why they work for the shop. Imagine working somewhere else where it's a 40-hour-a-week job, you get 2 weeks a year off, you get paid vacation, all this stuff. You can't really coordinate that with a trip. Like Danny just got back last night from New York. All he has to do is say, hey man, I'm gonna go to New York, and we work it out. Ed's in Barcelona, same thing. Told me he was gonna go out there and film. I celebrate that. It's like I can stop what I'm doing and come in and work some days for Danny, work some days for Ed, you know, whatever, so they can go do it. Those are memories that'll last a lifetime. That's my purpose, is to enable other people to live out their dreams. All that mentorship that I've gotten, I try to pass that on to some of the younger kids. Dave Andrek, legend, he was the guy that had my back to put in a good word for me. And I remember one time spinning my ankle real bad right out of the car, and I was real apologetic, like, oh man, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry to waste your time, and so on and so forth. And he just says, hey Carney, don't worry about it, man, you're already healing. Throughout the years, I realized how crucial that was as far as something to hear. Instead of him being disappointed, it was like, dude, this is what happens, this is part of it. Anytime I see a kid getting surgery or got a sprained foot or something, I'll just, hey man, before you know it, you'll be back, take your time. My era was like, you get hurt. My parents weren't very behind skateboarding. I had to leave the family business to skateboard. I actually was like, I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks, I gotta go to a skate camp. And my dad said, okay, well when you come back, then you're gonna have to move, because I was working at his shop full time. That was it, like I had all the eggs in one basket. And that was one of the things, that's where it lights a fire, because there's a little more urgency. These kids, there shouldn't be that urgency to do that. Like for me, it was like, oh man, I'm supposed to take over the family business. It wasn't like, all right, well, fuck you, you're out. It was just like, hey, you know, if you make this choice, then here's what's gonna happen. And with Ed and Danny, that's why I say I can offer them days off, because that's their passion, and I've been in that exact position. So yeah, I got my fucking $400 a month for however long, you know? Loved it, man, wouldn't trade it for anything. And now, business-wise, you know, my mom's proud. Rest in peace, Dad. I found out after he passed that he was proud of me. 10 years was huge. When we got to 10, and we did a 10-year video Danny filmed, that was amazing. I was just in the back, and I'm not a stand on the stage and get on the mic guy, so I was just kind of in the back watching everybody, just in tears, celebrating what was and what is, you know? So it was kind of cool seeing everybody, just surrounded by great people. I think skateboarding's growing on its own, with or without me. I want people to understand the roots of skateboarding, and it wasn't always a gold medal or any of that. It was your outlet for somebody that might be socially challenged, that doesn't have a lot of friends, that wants something to do, that doesn't want to play team sports. Parents can't afford team sports. I had issues when I was a kid, you know, that I just didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. There's options, you know, you don't have to be a shut-in. You can be a skateboarder from any walk of life. That's what I want. People should feel like they belong. That's all.